Hi. In this lesson, what I'm going to be doing is showing you how to embed a calendar onto a website. So if you're a teacher or if you want a website and you'd like to share the calendar for the day to just communicate with parents or students or with yourself, or just have an easy day planner for your parents, yourself, your students, your administrator, that's what I'm going to show you to do. I'm going to do this in real time. It's kind of the first time I've actually tried it. So I'm going to use a particular website base, which actually isn't the website base that I use. I'll show you my website for my classroom. It's right here. What I've done is I have a website. I use Google Sites as a format. So you just go to Google Sites and you can create a website. And my focus for this lesson is how to place one of these calendars onto your website for your students, etc. So you can see what my students did each day. So if I click on here, you can see what we did, and that's a great communication tool for myself, for my students, for my parents, as well as for my administration as far as what we've done. I've done other things on the side here as far as YouTube links, etc. go, and I have a Twitter feed, but my goal is to just show you how you can get some sort of calendar onto a website, and I'll start from square one. The first thing, well, not the first thing, but one of the things you're going to want to do is have some sort of calendar that you want to edit. The calendar that I use is a Google Calendar, so if you go into Google, you will need an account. So I'm going to sign in, and I'm going to sign in under my wife's account because I don't want to embed my school calendar onto this website. I just want to practice one because I don't know what will happen if I try to embed it twice into different websites. So I'm just going to use a different one here. So if you don't have a Google account, you'll need to create one. And once you do and you've signed in, you'll see that there's some icons up here. This may be a different format now. This is 2014, and it changes all the time. Google always changes what they're doing, but they're kind of always the same. In here I go to Apps and Calendar. So what you're going to see here is just a calendar. You can use that as a personal day planner. You can also send this to your smartphone and have that update with smartphone. There's tons of different things you can do with this, but I'm just going to simply show you how to put it into a website. I like the monthly. For elementary school teachers, you may like the daily calendar like this, so it will look like this on your website. As a high school teacher, I like to see the month calendar. It kind of looks like the calendar that I have at home. So this is the one that I want to embed into a website. There's always different formats of websites that are coming out. So this may change, but the different types of websites that you can build onto will always change. I use Google Sites at the moment. The one I'm going to show you right now is called Weebly, weebly.com. And that's basically it'll give you a whole bunch of standardized websites you can use and you can add to them. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to log out here and just show you the entire process. So once you've gone to weebly.com, what you're going to want to do is log in, and if you don't have an account, you can just create one. Again, this account won't send you any spam, I don't think. You're not going to get any viruses from it, so that's not a huge deal. But once you have a Weebly account, you're going to want to sign into it. So I've logged in. I have some practice sites here. This isn't the version that I use. So I'm just going to add a new site. So let me delete the sites that I already have, just so there's no overlap. Okay. So let's get started. That's what I'm seeing. I want to create a site. There's other things you can do with blogs, etc. And you can choose your format. And you can always change this later on. So you can see here there's a whole bunch of different formats that you can choose for your website and what you kind of want the format to look like. Obviously, you can add different pictures here than the ones that are actually there. These are very editable, and you can change them rather easily, to be quite honest. I'm going to choose this one, and it also has different colors as far as, so you can see here if I choose maybe green, that these back buttons will change to green, and you can always change that if you want to. Okay, so it's going to load up that site and see what it's going to look like, and I might have to create a title for it or something. So here we go. It says choose my website site domain. So this is basically my website address that I would like to type into my address bar if I'd like to get to my website. Since I'm creating this for a professional development day, I'm just going to ask the computer, or ask Weebly if it's available, and this one is available. If you type something that isn't available, you're going to have to edit it, maybe add a 1, 2, 3, 4 or something like that, but it looks like martinsprod.weebly.com is available, so I'm just going to continue here. And it says surprisingly easy. There's a video here I could watch if I would like to show how I could edit things, but I'm going to skip over that. So you could always watch videos. The internet is an amazing thing where you can just ask Google certain things, it'll tell you how to do it, and that's pretty straightforward. But I'm just going to go out of there. So it says click, let me change this so I can change the website name. Oh, look at that. See, I can just cancel this out and I can call my website Martin's Pro D. So there we go. I can change and edit this. I can edit the image if I'd like to, so change the image. I could add a headline here, all sorts of things. What I'm going to do is actually on this website, drag an element here. I would like to put my calendar down here below the banner. So in order to do that, what you actually have to do is you can choose lots of things to drag. I could drag text there, titles there, I could drag pictures, slideshows, galleries, all sorts of things. The thing that I would like to drag over there is, see if I can find it, an embed code. I would like to embed the calendar from Google. So I'm going to drag this over here, and what it's going to ask me for is an HTML code, and I'll show you how to embed that so that you can see your calendar. So if I go back to Google Calendar, I want some sort of code that can place this calendar into that website, and to do that, I think I go into my calendars. This always changes a little bit. So my calendars go into settings, but somewhere, and you can Google it as well and say, how do I embed Google Calendar into a website? And it will, one of the first few links will help you with that. I don't see any codes here. Maybe if I go to, I want to share this calendar. I don't think that's the way. No. Let's go to calendar details. Here we go. So I found, so if I go back, just to clarify with you, so back to my calendar, I just went to my calendars. Oh, I want the monthly view. So there's the monthly view. So I have the view that you want here. I went to my calendars, settings, and I think I just go to general. Nope. I went to share this calendar and then calendar details. And here you go. It says embed this calendar. Embed this calendar into your website or blog by pasting this code into your web page. To embed multiple calendars, click the customize link. So I'm just going to take this, highlight it all. This is the embed code. So I'm going to highlight it all. I'm going to copy it. To copy, I just press Control and then C on my keyboard, or you could right click and press copy. So that code is copied. I'm going to go back to Weebly, and I'm going to hopefully be able to paste into here, which for some reason it's not. There we go. I just double clicked it a few times in different places. Now what I would like to do is edit my custom HTML. So I just want to put in the embed code that I copied. To paste, you can right click and press paste, or another quick keyboard version is press Control and then the letter V as in victory. So there I just embedded it, and I think I am done. So there we go. And as you can see right here, I now have a calendar on my website which I just created in a short period of time. The last thing I want to do is just publish this and show you how easy it is to update the calendar, and it instantly gets tracked over to my website. So if I press publish, it says martinsprodee.weebly.com is available, so I'm going to continue. The website type, I'm just going to call this an education website. You can select whatever you want to. Select the category, I'm a teacher, and I'm just going to continue. And there we go. It's telling me that there's another website name available, but I don't want it. It just takes the .weebly out of it. The reason for that is it'll make me pay. You do not have to pay for the Weebly address. So here it says it's already published. So I'm just going to get out of here, because if I press continue, it's going to ask me for money, which I don't want to do. I want the free address. So I'm going to click out of there and click out of here. Just to show you that it worked, let me exit here. I'm just going to log out if I can. All right, I don't know how to log out of Weebly. I'll just exit here. So if I go to my calendar, so let's say I just was starting the internet all over again. So let's just trust that the website worked. If I go back to the internet, and I go back to the calendar, in Google. So I'm on google.com. I go to the calendar. Let's say I add something to the calendar. So I go to the monthly calendar, and today is May 2nd. Let's say I would like to just add an event there. So I double click on that date and I write something in here. Let's call the event going to the water slides. So we know that we're going to the water slides. You can also set times in there if you'd like to. There's all sorts of different things you can do in here. You can add a description. Here we go, bring your towel and sunscreen. So there we go. I'm just going to save that event and show you that this is now embedded in my website. So my website address, just to remind you, was martinsprod.weebly.com. And here's the cool thing. Here's my beautiful website that I just created, and you can see now that on May 2nd it says going to the water slides, and if I click on there, it'll even have the description. It says when, going to the water slides, Friday, May 2nd, and it says bring your towel and sunscreen, which is really cool. So I can just add anything into Google Calendar. I'm going to add relax here on Saturday, relax with family. This obviously you wouldn't do with your class probably, but I'm going to save that. And now you'll see here, if I go back to my website, if I refresh it, now that's going to be added there. There you go, relax with the family. So that is how you can create a website with an embedded calendar.